What's going on YouTube? Daniel back here for another video. So as you can see, I am outside. We are doing 5 a.m. cardio, and that's something I want to talk to you guys about today, and essentially the importance of this new habit, which I always knew about, but recently optimized, and that is walking. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Daniel, and for the past 8 years, I've been able to live drug-free from psoriasis when I was diagnosed, and I use food as medicine, and I share what I've learned over those past 8 years with you guys and also with my clients. So, like I said, walking is something that is super underrated. I always looked at it when I was a kid, and I always saw, older people walking all the time. And when you're a kid, obviously you have, more leeway. Your body is fresh. You're basically like, a young animal, and everything's working fine. You don't have to really worry about the small things like walking, stretching, water. You can basically run on nothing, and you're able to get optimal benefits just because you're so young, you're still developing. But after a while, you realize it's the simple things like I mentioned, walking, water, stretching, are the things that are going to keep you, give you longevity in life. And the one thing about walking that goes great with, digestion and nutrition is it actually helps aiding in digestion. A lot of people have the mistake of whenever they eat, a big meal, something like that, the first thing to do is get itis. Itis is basically like when you just get super tired because your stomach's full and you don't know, you can't really function, right? Like your body's just putting all its energy and force into digesting, can't do anything else, so you feel super tired. And what most people do when they start getting start getting fat and getting bellies, is they just fall asleep. And that's the worst thing you can do for digestion, is because it takes like 2 or 3 times longer for your body to digest the food when you're sleeping than when you're awake. And also you're not using the one tool you have at your disposal, which is walking. Walking is super underrated. Also, in terms of cardio, I believe I think it's more effective than running. You guys can prove me wrong on this, but you're able to essentially basically get the same benefits or more when you are walking at a uphill place. Like, one thing I recommend is doing basically like uphill or incline cardio when you're at the gym. And you can do like walking instead of, you can do running as well. Running, I think, is more for heart rate, but the thing to do is just use walking whenever you can. 10,000 steps, or at least 7,000, super key for this. And it's just something that aids your digestion. Like I said before, even when I had psoriasis and I was younger, I never walked as much consciously as I should have. I think maybe, when you go on trips, stuff like that, it's actually great. When you go to a warm place or walking on the beach, you're with friends, you're able to enjoy things like that more. But especially, as you can see here, it's fresh snowfall. It's so easy to just stay inside, cocoon yourself at home and not walk. And the first thing I do every single morning, wherever I am traveling, anything like that, is go for a walk. At least 20 minutes, half an hour. An hour would be ideal, but obviously, there's things that gotta be done after. Things when I get back is I work out, then I read, reflect, journal, and meditate, and then get into my things. But essentially, if you're watching this right now and you're not abusing this habit, this is something that you have to begin to do. It's not something that you can take lightly. Like I said, digestion is super key. How fast you're digesting, how well you're digesting your food. And especially, I made a video about this on my Instagram, but this is one of the hacks that you can use as well when you overeat, which a lot of people tend to do. It is fine in the beginning. I think it's not fine, but obviously the habit of overeating is something that people do because they're not tracking their food, which is something you have to begin to do. Track your calories, because you don't know, first off, you don't know how many calories you need to hit whatever goal you're trying to do, is whether lose weight, gain weight, or stay at the same weight. But also, it helps you to know when you're overeating, right? So you can plan your meals if you're having 3 meals or 2 meals, and then from there, once you have your calories, you hit them, and if you go over, you have walking as your tool to help you digest. So like I said, the things you have to remember is you digest 2 to 3 times slower when you're sleeping than when you're awake, and you could be walking. You don't have to run. I think running is more for cardiovascular health. It obviously is something I recommend. People recommend sprinting like 2 times a week for optimum health, which is something you couldn't do at the gym or do any kind of maybe sport. If you play sports, that helps a lot as well. But as you can probably tell a little bit from my voice, I'm a little, like, you can see my breathing is changing because walking is a form of cardio. So beginning to do this will be key for you. Like I said, doing it when you have that moment of itis, it's the hardest thing you'll do, but it's the most worthwhile thing and the biggest habit. So anytime you go for a walk, do 20 minutes, half an hour, you'll start to feel the benefits. And also it's the one key habit for weight loss as well, that I forgot to mention, sorry. So when you're trying to lose weight, like I said, it's a form of cardio. Also the best way to burn fat, because it's constant movement, right? When you're, let's say you're running, sprinting, or jogging, you can only do it for a certain period of time, be like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, at whatever pace you're going. Especially if you're sprinting, you're not going to be sprinting long distances. You could do jogging, but jogging compared to walking is better. You're at a consistent pace the whole time. You're able to, it's like minimal but constant effort, as opposed to, you would say, an elevated effort with jogging, but it's not as constant. So basically, the point of the video is follow what the old people do. The old people know best. They have the wisdom. You may look at them as weird, and the things they do, things like taking in extra sun. Old people, or seniors, sorry, not old people. When they're outside, they're always taking in the most sun as they can. Animals do this well as well. Nature is smarter than people think, and essentially do what the people, what nature does and what seniors do. So they have the most wisdom. God made nature, and nature, like I said, is the smartest thing, smartest system around. So if you follow what the animals do and what people older than you are doing, you'll definitely get the best results. So like I said, this is for you watching that maybe has too much pride in walking, or think it's like a useless habit. You just be like, oh, I'll just sit around and lounge, go to the gym. You can go to the gym every day and you do a few sprints here and there, but if you're not walking consistently, you won't get the same benefits as someone that is. Like I said, for myself, I've been doing this more or less the past few months, and I've also gotten abs again, and this is because of this one habit. Not this one habit, but it's definitely compounded in terms of being able to burn fat consistently and improve my digestion, and not let just food stay there, and being able to move things around. And this has gotten me to where I am, and this will continually improve my digestion as I go along the journey. So take this habit, implement it. So simple, it's overlooked, and if you do this, I promise you'll see faster results, especially since you're able to push food down faster than most people. Like I said, most people are lazy and they just sit around, lounge around, and just they want the sleep to do the work for them. But the steps will do the work for you, not the sleep. So keep that in mind. Anyways, short video, but I think it will be very valuable if you guys apply it. I do videos like this daily. I want to change it up with you guys. I usually do it inside, but right now it's a good time to show more or less my routine. Like I mentioned, after this I work out, and then I read, reflect, and then journal, and then meditate. So yeah, hope you guys liked it. Thank you for staying to the end. If you did, please like and subscribe. Helps the channel grow. Anything else you guys want to see in terms of content as well, you can put it in the comment section, or you can comment as well what benefit you got out of walking. I hope the cars in the back didn't ruin any of the audio. I have my mic here. But anyways, see you guys in a bit. Keep doing your thing, start walking, and most of all, keep killing it.